What's going on, Flicks Talkers? Welcome back to another haul video. Now, what do I do in these videos? Now, as a collector, I love saving on a deal, man. I have stopped paying full price on movies for such a long time. I just can't do it unless it's something that I want. On day one, I will go out, order online at the full price. But for the most part, I'll wait a little bit or wait till there's like a Black Friday sale, which a couple of these are late Black Friday sales that Amazon loves to push back for whatever reason. It's usually because they're out of stock. Sometimes people will just buy up so much and then they got to reorder, restock. And I'll get them weeks, even months later sometimes, which is insane to me, but whatever. If I'm saving 20 bucks, why not? All right, so I'm going to let you guys know what I got, why I got them, and I divided these into DVDs, Blu-rays, and my 4K pickup. So that being said, if you guys are collectors, if you guys are movie lovers, please make sure to hit that big thumbs up, support the community, consider subscribing today where I do more videos like this, movie reactions, trailer reactions, and movie reviews here on the channel. Make sure to hit that bell notification to always get alerted when I do drop a new video. So this is my end of the year haul. I'm going to try to do this all in one go without editing. It's going to be a long video. I got about 40 pieces of physical media sitting right in front of me, once again broken down. So this is the end of the year haul. It's pretty much stuff that I've collected through the month of December, like literally starting at the beginning of December, the first couple of days that I got one of my pickups, and then just what I've collected from thrift stores or boutique shops, whatever have you, even Amazon, once again, if it does go on sale. So I'll let you guys know. So let's start off with some of the DVDs. All right, now this one I actually just picked up like today that I'm recording this video at a thrift store, because a lot of you guys have said, you like martial arts? Have you seen this movie? Never even heard of it. So they're like, here's the trailer. I saw the trailer and it's a bunch of white guys in martial arts, and that's usually what I grew up on. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. White guys are in the forefront of martial arts for the most part, if it ain't Bruce Lee or whatever. But this is, guys that I grew up on, but this is the movie I've never seen or never heard of. I gotta ask my dad if he's ever heard of this. Eric Roberts, James Earl Jones, Sally Kirkland, best of the best. You guys let me know, is this one an iconic classic? I know a lot of people talk about this one when they're talking about 80s movies. I believe this is 80s. It could be late 80s. Yeah, 89. So right on the cusp of the 90s. Either way, I mean, Eric Roberts, we know him now as like the villain in every single low budget movie now, but you guys let me know, is this a good one? I can't wait to watch that one. Might watch it for the channel, who knows? Now, next up is the original, but I've always seen it. I've always seen the remake, I'm sorry, like on TV growing up, or just this one's always on sale, the remake. But this is the original. Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, Jennifer Grey. My God, Dirty Dancing reunion. Anybody? Red Dawn we're talking about. Sorry, there we go. Get a little focus in there. 1984. Now, I know this is some serious topic nature stuff. I believe dealing with Russia, right? Invading America. I could be totally wrong about that, but you guys let me know if this is a good one. I'm going to go over these really, really quick. That'll be definitely a watch for the channel. Have not seen it. I know roughly the synopsis of it. And once again, I believe there was a Chris Hemsworth remake that I always saw on TV, bits and pieces of it. All right, now next up is a complete blind buy, but I did watch Fried Green Tomatoes a couple of years back, not for the channel, just offline, and I really did enjoy it. And people were like, have you seen this one? Steel Magnolias. I have not seen this one. Look at that. Isn't that funny when you get all those stickers? This one has like about 20 stickers on it of different prices. My God, $2. Oh, that's a rental price. This one's for sale, $7.99. Family Video right there. Family Video sticker. That's so funny. But you got Sally Field, Dolly Parton, Shirley MacLaine, Julia Roberts, and even on the bottom it says must-see movies. So, and then there's even like another sticker down here that's probably like when they used to rent them out from the library. You guys remember that? I think they still do that, but Steel Magnolias. I mean, the back cover looks so 80s, man. I don't know much about this movie. I believe it might be a, not a coming of age, but just kind of like a more heartfelt type of movie, a very women-led cast as well. So you guys let me know, Steel Magnolias, and I probably will be watching that one for the channel as well. All right, now next up was a sealed copy, and most of these came from the Goodwill or some kind of thrift store, and it's a DVD. It is Singin' in the Rain. All right, you guys let me know. I want to incorporate a little more musicals for the channel. I know this is one of the most iconic ones right here. I don't know the year offhead, but it is. I wanted to see who else is all in it. Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, Debbie Reynolds. And I thought it was cool because it's a 2-disc. I only got it for a couple of dollars right there. You guys let me know if this is a good one. I'm sure they have it like in Blu-ray and 4K and all that, but that's okay. These are going to be just kind of first-time watches, and if I do like them, I'll upgrade. That's the whole point of these first-time watches. If I like these movies, you know, you guys let me know. Now, next up. This one's a little complicated because there are different versions of this movie out here, but I thought it would be interesting because I've never seen this one. We just passed the 100-year anniversary of this movie 2 years ago, I believe. 2 years ago. And there is variations of runtime of this movie, and they are making a remake of it, I believe, next year. 2024 is when we're getting a remake of this. It is Nosferatus. Not the greatest cover, I know, but I just wanted to watch this movie because I've never seen it. It's the silent film era. This one is a 64-minute runtime movie, and if you look it up on Wikipedia, I'll put the information right here. There's variations in runtime just based on the frame rates, so there's a lot of technical stuff that has to do with the runtime of this, but Nosferatus is one that I definitely want to check out the original because, once again, I mean, I'm a horror fan, you know. Vampires aren't my forte, even though I got a couple of vampire movies in here. I really want to check out some of the origin stuff, you know. All right, now next up is one that has had some remakes once again, but this is the original. And I've never found the original on physical, but the story of this always intrigued me, and I like stories like this, like thrillers, you know, especially in secluded settings. So, you know, the Rian Johnson, Glass Onion, the oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on his first one? I'll put it up right here. God, I'm so freaking, but that one. I really enjoyed that movie. And I'm talking about Murder on the Orient Express right here. The original is what I'm talking about. 1974, I believe, or 73. You guys let me know if this is a good one. Now, next up is one that I think a lot of the sci-fi guys really do enjoy. Never seen this one. I know of its existence. Christopher Lambert. I didn't know Sean Connery was in it. We're talking about Highlander, the original. All right, now once again, I know that this just came out, I want to say a couple months back, on 4K for really cheap too, and I almost bought it as a blind buy. But you guys let me know, you know, Highlander, where does it rank for you? Now, next up, I don't even know what this is. I looked it up. There was not much information on it. I just saw Criterion at a thrift store, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It is a DVD, I believe, because I was looking at the disc, and not even the disc say what it is. It could be a Blu-ray. I really don't even know. I really don't even know. But it is Vampire. Let me know if you guys have heard of it. I tried looking up this cover. I couldn't even find this cover. There's variations of this cover. I believe the Blu-ray has a different cover. That's why it has me to assume that this is the DVD copy of this film. Now, they charged a little bit more, $4 for this one, so I'm assuming that they know what Criterion is, but Vampire, it's a 1932 film. So once again, we're getting into some black and whites of vampire stuff here. You guys let me know. Now, the next couple of films were actually gifted to me, so shouts out to Ellie. She gifted this to me for Christmas, and they're all sealed, by the way, so that's fantastic. That's great. I've never heard of this character, but I can only imagine what it is. The Adventures of Francis the Talking Mule, which is, I'm guessing, like a Mr. Ed type of deal. You guys let me know if you ever saw this. It's a 4-movie collection, all black and whites. Have some fun with that. And then also this triple collection with King Kong, the Peter Jackson version of King Kong versus Godzilla, and King Kong Escapes, the bottom one. It's a Walmart exclusive, I believe. Yeah, only at Walmart. You guys let me know if those movies are fun, as well as is this James Belushi? Yeah, James Belushi in the K9 triple pack. So that includes K9, K911, and K9 PI. All right. If you guys are into these movies, action, dog, and detective movies, you guys let me know. And last but not least, she gifted me this Godzilla, the animated series, which I'm actually really interested in. I believe this came out around the time of the movie. Oh, yeah, the 98 movie. I believe that's when it was, 98 movie. Walk with me, the P. Diddy. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. We all know that one with Matthew Broderick. Come on now. But that's the one that I grew up on. Looking back at it now, it was not a great movie. But you guys let me know. Have you guys seen this animated series? It looks pretty fun, and it's super long. 40 episodes. I mean, that's a good amount. That's a good amount. So thank you once again, Ellie, for that. Now, next up, on one of my old haul videos, I thought it was super funny because I picked it up. I don't know if it was from the thrift store or the Big Lots. It might have been from Big Lots. And I thought it was the original, but it was the sequel to the movie that I did want. And that was Daddy Day Camp. Okay, that's not the one I wanted with Cuba Gooding. Daddy Day Care is the one that I finally found, and I actually wanted to start this one. This has a very low rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't care. I want to see. I like silly Eddie Murphy, and I know a lot of people don't like this one or Norbit, or I like silly Eddie Murphy. I don't look at the Rotten Tomatoes score when I go into a movie like this. I just want some family fun, and a lot of this cast involved look very, very fun. I mean, they're Regina Halls or Regina King. I'm sorry. There's a couple of Steve Zahn. I just want to have a good time. Once again, I don't take movies so seriously 100% of the time. All right. So next up, guys. Well, actually, my brother gifted these next three to me for Christmas time. I thought that was awesome. So shouts out to Nico. And the first one is House, and I was like, wow. The channel's been telling me to check out House. They say if you like Evil Dead, check out House. And this one's from the 80s. This one is 80, I want to say mid 80s. I could be wrong. 85. All right. So right in the middle of 80s, the year I was born. Good year. So House is definitely one I want to check out for the channel. I heard it's like a wacky, definitely more horror related type of Evil Dead, where it's just like so bizarre, over the top. I could be wrong about that, but that's just what I've heard. The next one that he gifted me was this one that he said he looked up, and it was very rare, and it's considered a short film. It's only 61 minutes, I believe. 61 minutes, and it translates to Death Train. You guys let us know in the comments if you guys can. Flix Talk community, film community. Have you heard of this one? Because he said it was very rare. He couldn't even find it on YouTube or anything. You guys let me know. And I believe it's a combination of live action and animation. On the bottom, you can see some animation there. So you guys let me know if you guys have heard of Death Train. I'm sorry about that. And I don't want to even say the names because I'm going to butcher them. And last but not least, he gifted me this Mel Gibson film called Payback. Now, I do remember Mel Gibson was doing a slew of these type of movies back in the mid-90s. I mean, I know he's been doing movies forever, but I want to say in the 90s, he was just everywhere. He really was everywhere, and it was kind of up and down with the ratings. And this is the first Mel Gibson that we have in this pile, by the way. There's more. There is more. So you guys let me know. And last but not least, talking about Christopher Lambert, this is one that I saw, and I was like, I've never, ever even heard of this movie. Never seen the cover, but it looked very interesting to me, and the cast looked fantastic. So Christopher Lambert, John Turturro, The Sicilian. You guys let me know. Have you heard of The Sicilian? Because I was just like, okay, it's an artisan picture. Very, very good stuff. I just like these like mobster gangster 1930s, 1940s type of films. It's an era that I'm just assuming that's the era, by the way, just based on the clothes, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe it might be later in the 50s or whatnot. But this is when did this come out? I don't even know when this came out. God dang it. I need some glasses. 87? I think it says 87. I don't know. You guys let me know. The Sicilian, is it a good one? Oh, it's a full screen. Great. I hate full screens, but it's a full screen, so you got the bars on the side. Okay. All right, so that's it for all my DVDs. All right, guys, if you have made it this far in the video and you want to support the channel, you support the film community, hit that big thumbs up. Consider subscribing today for more. All right, let's get into my Blu-ray pickups now. Now, this one was a complete blind buy. I don't know if anyone's ever even heard of this one, but it has a stacked cast. Maggie Gyllenhaal, Viola Davis, Holly Hunter. I believe this is also, Rosie Perez is in this as well. Won't Back Down. Now, the reason why I picked this one up is because I read the synopsis and it seemed very interesting to me. I am a huge fan of when teachers really try to do the right thing and help out students. One of the greatest jobs, I've said it on live streams, I've said it on videos. One of my greatest jobs when I was younger was helping children. So I really do love shaping and molding the young minds, or at least asking them questions about things. I think it's very important. So movies like this, to me, even if it's like an afternoon watch, I will throw them on. It doesn't have to be, you know, for the channel or whatever. I'll just throw them on. So this one seemed very important. You guys let me know. Have you seen Won't Back Down? It seems pretty good. All right, now next up is a complete blind buy once again, but I've always seen this because it came around the time of that Justin Timberlake and Natalie Portman movie, No Strings. Was it Natalie Portman? No Strings Attached, I believe. Or no. It was Justin Timberlake and I'm gonna put the cover up right here. Is it Mila Kunis? It might be Mila Kunis or Natalie Portman. I forget. Some white chick. I don't. But Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway, Love and Drugs. And I remember everyone was like, these movies came out around the same time and they're very similar. But I read the story and it does seem like, you know, about a no strings attached type of relationship. Either way, I'm in the mood for a rom-com and I love Jake Gyllenhaal. He's fantastic. Anne Hathaway is great too. All right, now next up is some comedy that I didn't believe. I thought I had this in my collection. I actually didn't. It was the movie Fist Fight with Ice Cube. Which is kind of a silly movie, but I don't know. I like Charlie Day as well. But this was Kevin Hart and Ice Cube Ride Along. The first one is so funny. This first movie, if you've never seen it, is very, very funny. I really recommend it. We started to watch the second one, and that was not it. The second one was not it, man. But Ride Along 1, the original, is super funny. Now, next up, like I just said, another Mel Gibson pick. Edge of Darkness. Don't know anything about it. Comes in the rental case. Why not? You got to love that nostalgia, right? I read the synopsis. It seems pretty good. It seems definitely like a straight to streamer, like what you would see nowadays. But that's totally fine. I do like Mel Gibson. I do like him in these roles. It said it was directed by the guy who did Casino Royale, Martin Cavill. So that's great. Also, I see a couple of recognizable faces on the back here. Ray Winston. That's who it is. Ray Winston. So I'm interested. If it's a little gangster revenge flick, who cares? I mean, most of these were about $2 to $3, and let me tell you, this last bit of Blu-rays that I got, they came out to like 50 cents each. I was like, they were having a crazy after day Christmas sale. All right, now next one, I could have sworn I had as well. But this was another one that I only saw one time, and I was like, I was fine with just one time, but I wanted to check it out again because I totally forgot even what the synopsis is. And we just saw a holiday movie with Emma Roberts in it, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm on an Emma Roberts kick, and I just noticed that the Blu-ray is all jacked up, the case, so I'm gonna have to replace the case right here. I'm talking about We Are the Millers, or We're the Millers. Sorry for all the glare. We're the Millers. Right there. This is the extended cut. It says Fake Family, Real Trouble. Now it's coming back to me, the synopsis. But I remember this being a kind of a funny movie. I love Jason Sudeikis. Like Jennifer Aniston. I like Jennifer Aniston when she can get in these wacky roles like this, We're the Millers, as well as like Horrible Bosses. Like, she kind of plays the same character, like a real raunchy comedy character in that movie. But let me know if you guys like We're the Millers. I've only seen it once and I don't really remember it. All right, now next up was a complete blind buy, but I love this actor to death. Viggo Mortensen is fantastic. Didn't know Liv Tyler was, I believe it's Liv Tyler, yeah. Oh, is that Liv Tyler? I could be wrong about that. Viggo Mortensen. Oh, maybe not. Actually, that really does look like Liv Tyler a lot. Okay, anyways, it's Hidalgo. And the story seemed really interesting to me. I don't know much about it, but I thought that was Liv Tyler, right there. I'll put the poster up here clear on screen, and you tell me that doesn't look like Liv Tyler. All right, now next up, another complete blind buy, and I was like, I saw 2 copies of this movie there, one on Blu-ray and one on DVD at the thrift store today, and I'm like, okay. Morgan Freeman, Matt Damon, and then I saw real tiny a Clint Eastwood film. I'm like, I'm really trying to bone up on my Clint Eastwood movies. Invictus. There we go, Invictus, and it does come in the previewed, rental cases right there from Hollywood Video. You guys remember that, right? You guys let me know if you guys do enjoy this one. I believe it's about rugby and also Nelson Mandela, the apartheid. Just around that time period. What time period was that? I don't really remember the time period, but Morgan Freeman as Nelson Mandela. the best casting. That was the best casting that you could have gotten. They nailed it. So I'm gonna hopefully he nailed it. I'm gonna see the performance when I watch the movie. Now next up is a sequel to, I do have the original of this one, and I wasn't planning to do it, but I looked up the cast and it has a young Katherine Heigl in this one. So I'm like, okay, I like her. But I don't really care for Steven Seagal. So Under Siege is what I'm talking about. So I picked up Under Siege 2. I never see it on Blu-ray. It's always on DVD. So I was like, why not complete the complete the 2, right? Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. I don't have much to say about it because I don't know anything about it. I think it's like Terror on a Train. All right, now the next one is a movie that I always wanted to watch. When it left theaters, I was like, oh, okay, I forgot all about it. But now that it's here on Blu-ray and in my possession, I was like, I'm really excited to watch this now. Where the Wild Things Are. Now, this is a group, a book that I grew up with, being read to me all the time, man. I mean, we had books that we kind of rotated, bedtime books that my parents would read to me. And this was one that I really did gravitate towards the book. I just saw right here, directed by Spike Jonze. Oh, wow, this is going to be a good movie. This is going to be a very good movie. I don't know much about it, and that's the best way I like to go. You guys know that. That's the best way I like to go into these movies. But Where the Wild Things Are, I'm so glad I got a Blu-ray copy of that because I never see that in the thrift store. Never, never, never. One that always goes on sale, and I know it's on 4K. I'll probably upgrade. Well, I don't know if I'll upgrade it, but because I don't see this movie too often. But I have seen it once before in theaters. Broke my heart. Made me shed pouring tears, actually. Was Interstellar, one of my favorites from Christopher Nolan. And I know, once again, you got to get it on 4K, but this one came out to 50 cents. How can I pass up on that? 50 cents for this, for Interstellar. You guys let me know. You guys know about Interstellar, man. You guys have seen the memes of it. You guys know about it. All right. Now, this one I thought was pretty funny. So it's 3 movies in here. One of them being LA Confidential, which I have on Blu-ray already. All right. The other 2, Body Heat and The Player. All right. So I opened it up. Body Heat's in there. The Player. There's no LA Confidential. It was a sign because I had it all along anyways, which I do plan to react to for the channel because I love the film noir stuff. And people tell me that you really got to check this one out, even though it's like a later made film. I believe the mid 90s or late 90s. No, I think maybe mid 90s actually for LA Confidential. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, either way, I looked up Body Heat and The Player, and I didn't know anything about them, but they got really high scores. So you guys let me know. Now, believe it or not, I had this in my collection. This is actually an upgrade. I had the DVD. This is a Blu-ray, and it was sealed. I'm talking about the Western Tombstone. You guys let me know. Tombstone, man. And it was so funny. It just jogged the memory right now that we recently went to Laura, my wife's Christmas party, and one of her bosses like quoted something from. Oh no! She said that she had a cowboy hat made from the guy who worked on this movie, on the cowboy hats, on the outfits and whatnot. And she goes, yeah, you remember on Unforgiven? And I kind of just went along with, I'm sorry, not Unforgiven, Tombstone. She goes, you remember what they were wearing on Tombstone? And I was like, oh yeah. Hadn't even seen it yet. I plan to watch this. Unforgiven is the one that I had seen. Tombstone I have not seen, but I do plan to watch it. Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. I heard that one's actually, some people prefer that one over Unforgiven. I do love Unforgiven though. I gave it a really high score. All right, now next up is a movie that I just watched a few months ago. It was a Patreon pick, I guess, I think it was from Rob. So shouts out Rob. But I didn't have it in my collection. I was watching it on streamer, and I'm talking about Street Kings, which I believe is a oh God, who directed that? That famous David Ayer. David Ayer directed this one. This one was a good movie. I just didn't really buy Keanu Reeves' character too much. This guy is fantastic in this movie. Forrest Whitaker is fantastic. I was trying to see his name, but I think he's like the detective, the sergeant or whatever. But Forrest Whitaker is really good in this movie. I really like his character in this movie. There's a lot of like cameos from like The Game and Common and a couple, but the twist in this movie is very good. I think David Ayer does a really good job of painting the streets well. He does good street gritty movies. He needs to continue with that. All right, but now I have it in my collection on Blu-ray. All right, now next up is I did see a trailer for this one, and I was like, okay, it seems fine. And then I saw from the director of Jerry Maguire, which I still haven't seen. It's in my collection. I need to watch it. And it is starring Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson, so it is a good cast right here. Also, this young girl, she's a big star too. I forget her name. But We Bought a Zoo. You guys let me know, have you seen We Bought a Zoo? I heard that this is a pretty good one. It's more of a family-friendly movie, and it is based on a true story. That's what kind of sucked me in. So it has kind of a wild premise. If you guys don't know, look it up. Now, the next one is one that I believe just last year, or maybe it was earlier this year, got a 4K release, or a Steelbook 4K release. It is Gattaca. I didn't know much about this movie at all, really, whatsoever. I looked it up, and I was like, this kind of seems kind of fun. It also has Jude Law, who was in Artificial Intelligence, which I just watched recently from Steven Spielberg, and the premise is sci-fi. So I'm like, what's up with Jude Law and all this sci-fi? What's going on with this guy? But I was trying to read the premise, and it was like going over my head. It was like, I was like, what is happening? So sometimes the sci-fi futuristic stuff takes a little while for me to digest. I don't know really the director involved, Andrew Nicole. But this cast is really good. Uma Thurman, Ethan Hawke, you know, they're married now, but and Jude Law. Yeah, I don't know much about it other than what I read and trying to figure out. I mean, I'll see it soon. You guys let me know your thoughts on that one. Now, this one is one that I always see at Big Lots for like $5 or $6, and I'm like, I can't bring myself to buy it because I knew I'd find it one day in a thrift store, and today is the day, and I got it for 50 cents. 50 cents on Blu-ray. And it's not the greatest movie. It's not the greatest movie, but it is a fun... And I do love Gerard Butler and O'Shea, not even O'Shea Jack. He's whatever in this movie. 50 Cent's fine in this movie. But some of the guys around it, I'm talking about Den of Thieves. All right, this is basic. Den of Thieves is AKA the Heat ripoff. It's a ripoff of Heat. If you guys know the story, I mean, most of you guys do. If you guys are cinema nerds. But I always wanted this in my collection to watch it again because the gun fight scenes in this movie are really good. The shootout scenes, especially towards the third act of the movie, which, hello, we know Heat has like one of the biggest shootout scenes of like all time. Like, it's such a long scene, but it's like a very important scene in that movie. Coming towards the end of my Blu-rays, guys, my pickups, this one had a slip cover. This one is one that I always wanted to watch because I grew up on this man. It's Tom Hanks, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. And this one, I mean, I heard brought a lot of people to tears. It's a biopic for Mr. Rogers, if you guys don't know who this is. So you guys let me know. I didn't get a chance to see it when it was in theaters or on streamers, so this will be a first time watch for me. You guys let me know your thoughts on that one. And last but not least, I could not believe this lady charged, I didn't even think I kind of felt bad because she gave it to me for such a low price. It was only like $2, and I think she didn't know really what she had in her hands, and it was a Blu-ray steelbook of Lord of the Rings, the original one. So I do the Fellowship of the Rings, and I do plan to watch this for the channel since I really recently just did Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I want to start this one here. I don't know if I'll get through the other ones because they're so damn long, but that'll be for a whole nother future video. So those are my Blu-ray pickups. All right, guys, if you made it this far in the video, please hit that big thumbs up to support the channel and the film community. I really do appreciate it. Consider subscribing today. And last but not least, guys, we do have a couple of 4K pickups, but before we get into that, I do have one more Blu-ray. I'm totally sorry, I forgot to throw this one in there. This was actually gifted to me from an awesome Flicks Talk family member, Rob. Man, Rob makes the cut. Big knock, Rob. What up, my friend? Shouts out to you always. You're always in my chats weekly. You're my moderator. You're just such a good guy. We're going to hang out soon. And thank you so much. He gifted me The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. This movie was fantastic. I loved it. I know a lot of people that don't like it because of the supernatural element to it. They're making a sequel to it, which I don't know why. They should not do that. This movie was really good, and he gifted it to me. Sealed, slip cover. Can't say anymore. I mean, this I thought this was a very creepy movie. The time setting of I forget, is it 70s or 80s? It might be 70s actually. But you know, a lot of kidnappings going on that were unsolved. So a lot of crazy dark nature stuff in this movie, and Ethan Hawke plays a very sinister, no pun intended, character in this movie. All right, thank you once again, Rob, for that. All right, now next up, I'm gonna let you guys know these 4K pickups are from Amazon and why I got them. So first foremost, Lost Boys. I mean, needs no introduction. Now, I saw this movie when I was very, very young. So when I rewatch this, it's going to be like I'm watching it for the first time. Did I even see it? I don't even know if I saw it on DVD. It might have been on VHS. My dad used to be, oh no, my uncle had a video rental place, and it was all VHS. DVDs weren't even around back then in the 80s. So I want to say late 80s, early 90s is probably when I saw this on VHS. So I mean, going from that to this to a 4K, come on. So I'm really excited to rewatch this, and like I said, even though I love horror, you know, I just recently watched Universal's Dracula. I'm finding an appreciation for vampires a little more than I think a lot of you guys are probably in love with. I'm starting to get there. I'm starting to learn, you know, why they do what they do, or how they can do what they do possibly. But I'm just excited. And the reason why I got this one is because it went down in price. I believe for Black Friday it was like $10. And then I think I missed out on the sale, or I forgot to check out on the cart on Amazon, so I missed out on it. And then when I went to go check back a couple weeks later, it went up in price to like $20, and I'm like, oh crap. And then I got the notification that it went back down to $10. So I'm like, okay, I'll get this. So that's why I grabbed it. Better late than never, right? Now next up was a complete like Black Friday flop. Like it took them a month to send me this, and I'm talking about Training Day. I just recently got this. They were back ordered with this, and I got it for the $10 deal. This is one of my favorite films. I just gave my sister the Blu-ray copy that I have. One of the best, grittiest early 2000s street, like, okay, so there's a lot of movies like Falling Down and all this other stuff like that that really paint the picture of a gritty LA street, but this is like the inner workings of the gangs and really what goes on behind the scenes of corrupt cops. And once again, this is like an Ethan Hawke day for sure. I have so many Ethan Hawke movies now. Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington, power players in this movie. Like, the performances are fantastic. Of course, you get cameos from a lot of other people. If you have not seen this movie, I urge you, and if you guys are into crime action, this is one of the best movies I've seen of the turn of the century when it comes to this kind of genre of movies. Definitely check out Training Day today, please. It's imperative if you have not seen it. Do yourself a service. And last but not least is one that came out earlier in the month that I pre-ordered like months ago. Laura, really, this is one of her favorite movies, if not her favorite movie, and it's the first time on 4K. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this being popped up on your Instagram feed or whatever. I'm talking about Titanic. James Cameron, he loves the ocean, you know, Avatar and all that, all the memes and stuff like that. I did see this back when it came out in 1997. Was it? Yeah, 1997. Okay, good guess. I knew it was like mid 90s around that time. Seeing this in theaters for some reason, I mean, I was 12 years old, but seeing it with a group of, I think, teenagers, I want to say, or preteens, I think just because the hype was so big, everybody was watching Titanic. And I remember like falling asleep half the time in the theater because, I mean, come on, my attention span was not there. If you think my attention span is all over the place now, imagine me as a 12-year-old kid. But I was going with a group of friends, and it was like packed theater, packed. This is back then when you had to run to, once you got in that theater, you ran to get your seat. There was no assigned seating. What are you, crazy? You get your seat, you sit down, you have your friends save your seats for you when you go to the bathroom or get some popcorn or whatever. But Titanic was such a long freaking movie, but it's an epic. It's an epic. Once again, if you have not seen a movie like this, you need to in your lifetime, okay? I say screw Avatar, watch this. No, I'm kidding. I love Avatar, but definitely watch this. So those are my pickups, my friends. And I don't have enough arms to even really pick this up for the thumbnail, so I'm going to do the best that I can. And we're hopefully not going to fall while I'm recording this. It's over 30 minutes. Oh my God, this is a whopper. This is a whopper. And that's the thumbnail. There we go. All right. Thank you guys so much. Once again, if you guys do support the film community and support my videos, please give us a big thumbs up over here at Flicks Talk. I really do appreciate it, guys. Consider subscribing today for much more content like this, as well as trailer reactions, movie reactions, and movie reviews, especially coming in 2024. I'm going to be doing so many more movie reviews for you guys. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have given me this year in 2023. Man, if you guys have seen any of these movies, please leave them down in the comments below. Let me know if any of them are good. Let me know if any of them are bad, and I should totally pass up on them. A lot of these blind buys could be possibly bad, all right? Make sure to hit that bell notification too before you leave. All right, guys, click all my links down in the description down below. Sorry, I'm running out of spit. My God. My God. Click all of my links down in the description below, guys. I really do appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys in 2024. Peace.